I went from checking my phone 6 hours a day to under 2 hours. Not through willpower, not through extreme measures like deleting all my apps or buying a dumb phone, but through one simple framework that completely changed how I relate to my phone. And here's the shocking part. It took me less than 1 week to see results. In today's episode, I'm breaking down the 3-hour rule, the strategy that cut my screen time in half. And I'm showing you exactly how to use it starting today. Welcome back to Unhooked. I'm Marcus Reed. Last episode, we broke down the shocking reality. You check your phone 144 times a day. We talked about the hidden costs in time, money, focus, and cognitive ability. And I ended with a critical question. How do you actually change it? Because here's what most people don't understand. Willpower doesn't work. Your brain is literally wired to expect interruption now. Deleting apps for a week, then reinstalling them, that's the most common pattern. What actually works is design, strategic friction, intentional boundaries. And that's what the 3-hour rule is. It's not about perfection. It's not about never checking your phone again. It's about creating structure so your default is presence, not distraction. Let's dive in. The 3-hour rule is simple. It's based on one fundamental principle. Separate your day into 3 distinct windows. Window 1, the first 3 hours of your day, no phone. Window 2, 3 hours of phone freedom in the afternoon. Batch all your checking here. Window 3, the last 3 hours before bed, phone-free zone. That leaves 9 hours of structured phone time. But here's what's critical. You're not randomly checking throughout the day. You're batching your usage into specific windows. Let me break down why this works. Most people operate with no structure. Their phone is always available. Notifications pop up randomly. They check whenever they feel the urge. The result? Constant context switching, constant interruption, constant low-level anxiety. The 3-hour rule flips this. Instead of a random day where you check your phone 144 times, you have 3 intentional windows where you can check, scroll, and respond to messages. Under those windows, your phone is physically away from you, not just silenced, not just in another room, away, out of reach, deliberately inaccessible. This creates what researchers call implementation intention. When you have a specific plan for when something will happen, your willpower requirement drops dramatically. You're not fighting yourself anymore. You're following the system. Let me walk you through a practical example. Let's say your day runs from 6 a.m. to midnight. That's 18 hours awake. First window, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. No phone. You wake up, you make coffee, you exercise, you shower, you get ready. All of this happens without your phone. Not because you're a superhero with perfect willpower, but because your phone is deliberately placed somewhere inconvenient. Maybe it's in another room, maybe it's in a drawer. The friction is intentional. It's easier to not check than to go retrieve it. During this time, your brain isn't being interrupted. It's not expecting a dopamine hit from notifications. You're building momentum. You're getting into deep work. Research shows that the first 3 hours of your day are when you have the most willpower and the best focus. By protecting those 3 hours, you're using your peak focus time for what matters, not for scrolling. Second window, noon to 3 p.m., batch window. This is when you can check your phone. All of it. Emails, messages, social media, news, everything. You have 3 full hours to catch up on digital communication. The trick here is actual batching. You don't check every 5 minutes. You check once at the beginning of the window, you handle everything, then you put the phone away again. Maybe you check twice if something urgent happens, but the goal is one focused session, not constant checking. Why does this work? Because you know you have 3 hours for this. You're not rushing, you're not anxious that you're missing something. You have the time to actually be present with your phone during these 3 hours. Then, you're done. Third window, 9 p.m. to midnight. No phone. Dinner, time with family or friends, reading, hobbies, wind-down time. Again, your phone is away, out of reach. This is critical because screens before bed destroy your sleep quality. Blue light suppresses melatonin production. Notifications create anxiety. But beyond the sleep science, there's something deeper. The last 3 hours of your day are when you transition from work mode to rest mode. If you're scrolling on your phone until you fall asleep, you never actually rest. By creating a phone-free evening, you're giving your nervous system permission to calm down. You sleep better, you wake up more refreshed, and you start the next day with more willpower and focus. The remaining 12 hours, flexible phone access. I'm not saying your phone is locked away for the entire 18 hours you're awake. You have it accessible during work, during breaks, during social time. The point is that you're not constantly checking. You've created 3 boundaries that protect your most valuable time.
The 3-hour rule works because it addresses the root problem, unpredictability. Right now, your phone checking is unpredictable. You don't know when you'll check. You don't know what you'll find. This unpredictability creates anxiety. Your brain is on high alert, waiting for the next dopamine hit. The 3-hour rule removes the unpredictability. You know exactly when you can check your phone. You know exactly when you cannot. This is called constraint, and it's one of the most powerful tools in behavior change. When constraints are clear, willpower isn't needed. If you remove the option, you eliminate the decision. It's easier to not check your phone when it's physically unavailable than to use willpower to resist checking it when it's right in front of you. The second reason this works is something called anticipation reward. Instead of getting little dopamine hits throughout the day from random notifications, your brain learns to anticipate the phone checking windows. You know at noon you'll check your messages. You can look forward to that. This is psychologically healthier than the constant uncertainty of today. The third reason is identity shift. When you follow the 3-hour rule consistently, you start to identify as someone who is in control of their phone. Not someone who's addicted, not someone lacking willpower, someone who's designed their life intentionally. This identity shift is subtle, but it's powerful, because once you see yourself as someone who has boundaries with technology, it becomes easier to maintain those boundaries. You're not fighting your nature, you're honoring it. Here's how to start tomorrow. Step 1, choose your windows. Think about your daily schedule. When do you wake up? When do you go to bed? Design your 3 windows based on your actual life. If you wake at 6 a.m., your no-phone morning could be 6 to 9 a.m. If you work until 6 p.m., your afternoon batch window could be 1 to 4 p.m. or 3 to 6 p.m. If you sleep at midnight, your evening no-phone window could be 9 p.m. to midnight. Step 2, physical placement. This is critical. Your phone can't be in your pocket. It can't be on the table next to you. It needs to be in another room, preferably somewhere slightly inconvenient. In a drawer upstairs, in your car, in a bag in the closet. The friction should feel intentional, but not impossible. Step 3, communicate the change. If you live with family or roommates, tell them about your phone-free windows. Let them know that outside of specific times, you won't be immediately responsive. But during your batch window, you'll check everything thoroughly and respond. This sets expectations and removes the guilt of not responding instantly. Step 4, replacement activities. Here's where most people fail. They eliminate phone time but have nothing to replace it with. Don't do this. During your no-phone windows, have something specific to do. Morning window, exercise, meditation, reading, or work on a project. Evening window, dinner, hobbies, conversation, or reading. Step 5. Start with one day. Don't try to implement all 3 windows perfectly on day 1. Pick one window, preferably the morning window because it gives you immediate momentum. Follow the 3-hour rule for just the morning. Let your phone be available as usual in the afternoon and evening. After 3 days of successful mornings, add the evening window. After 1 week, add the afternoon batch window. By phasing it in, you're building the habit gradually. You're proving to yourself that this works, and you're creating sustainable change. I want to be honest about my experience with the 3-hour rule. The first day was hard. My brain was craving my phone. I felt anxious. But by day 3, something shifted. I realized that my anxiety wasn't coming from missing something important. It was coming from the habit of expecting my phone to be available. By day 7, I had a realization. I wasn't white-knuckling through this. I wasn't suffering. I actually felt more relaxed, less anxious, more focused. My productivity increased, my sleep improved, my relationships felt better because I was actually present with people. By week 4, I cut my phone time from 6 hours a day to under 2 hours. Not through extreme measures, just through design. And here's the most surprising part. I haven't relapsed. I'm not constantly fighting the urge to go back to 6 hours a day. Because I've redesigned my environment and my habits, my default is now present. My brain has adapted to the new structure. That's the power of the 3-hour rule. It's not about perfection, it's about design. So here's what I want you to do this week. First, pick your 3 windows based on your actual schedule. Write them down. Tell someone. Make it public. Second, choose one window to start with this week, preferably the morning. Follow it for 7 days. Third, track how you feel, your focus, your anxiety levels, your sleep, your productivity. Notice the difference. Next episode, we're going deeper into the psychology of phone addiction. We're looking at why apps are designed to be addictive, what notifications actually do to your brain, and how to protect your attention. If this episode helped you, subscribe to Unhooked. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your attention is your superpower. Let's protect it. See you next episode.